Good afternoon. My name is Donald James, and I'll be delivering my persuasive speech on the importance of safe sex amongst college-age individuals. As Americans, we are born into a society where sexuality and sex have become common acts. We turn on the television to see women wearing revealing clothing, selling fast food products or candy. Then we also see couples in the throes of passion selling products to enhance your sexual activities. The internet has become a breeding ground for pornographic images and videos, as well as local magazine stands at your local gas station or supermarket. If there's one certainty in today's society, it's this: sex sells. However, for a nation that embraces the physical and emotional act of sex, proper education on the subject is severely lacking amongst our youth. According to the Center for Disease Control, the CDC, young adults between the ages of 15 to 24 are 4 times more likely to contract diseases from intercourse than any other parts of the populace. This means that for the average high school and college-age students, safety is not being considered during sex. Now, like many of us, I can admit to succumbing to my inner passions and lust and going into and engaging in unprotected sex. Like many of you, I knew that if I choose to engage in unprotected sex, there would be risk involved. But it wasn't until a friend caught a sexually transmitted disease that I realized anyone, young or old, is susceptible. I believe that the general lack of knowledge on what the exact consequences of unprotected sex are a contributing factor in the high rates of unprotected sex among college students and other young adults. By engaging in safe sex, we can protect ourselves from the threat of STDs and the possibility of pregnancy. My first point would be STDs, or sexually transmitted diseases. For college students everywhere, 5 deadly words are used to justify unprotected sex. It couldn't happen to me. Well, statistically speaking, however, it probably already has. A study in 2004 showed that 1 out of every 4 college students has an STD. That same study showed that 80% of the people that have sexually transmitted diseases experience no noticeable symptoms. And of that 80%, 7% of those people are passing along those diseases to their partners. So if you can, imagine a place where unprotected sex is the norm, with multiple people having sex with multiple partners, and 80% of them unknowingly passing along STDs to one another. In other words, college campuses have become breeding grounds for these diseases. Now, while many of these diseases contracted during sex are not lifelong, there are 2 that are considered the most dangerous: herpes and HIV/AIDS. A study conducted by a radio station in Cleveland put Atlanta as the top city in the nation to contract herpes. Resulting in painful genital sores, herpes stays with its host for the rest of their lives, oftentimes breaking out or going into outbreaks at least 2 times a month. In addition to these outbreaks, women who are pregnant can pass the disease along to their children, and in some cases can cause death among infants. It also makes a person who contracted the disease more susceptible to the next disease, AIDS. Now, the acquired immune deficiency syndrome, or AIDS, is the most deadly STD known to man, attacking the body's immune system, which lowers the body's ability to fight off infection. More than 1,878 people in Atlanta between the ages of 15 to 24 contracted AIDS in 2008. What makes this virus even more dangerous is that some symptoms do not arise until years after actually catching the disease, making it a more silent killer than some of the other ones. My next point would be pregnancy. Another factor to consider while having sex will be the possibility of pregnancy. The average woman, college woman, ages 18 to 22, have a good chance of becoming pregnant as a result of a relatively greater amount of eggs stored in their ovaries. This means that between the late teens and early 20s, engaging in unprotected sex results in the highest likeliness of pregnancies in a woman's life. Another study done by the National Campaign to Prevent Teen and Unplanned Pregnancy showed that 61% of community college students drop out of school due to unplanned pregnancy without a degree. There are many factors that happen after the dropout, such as lower income rates, child neglect. Most times, parents or the partners in the relationship break up, and it also provides a strain among the family relationships of the child and the adults. So in conclusion, there are many risks attributed with unprotected sex. With 1 out of 4 college students possibly having an STD, would you rather take the chance to enjoy a few simple minutes of pleasure rather than protecting yourself for the rest of your life? I don't think so. So I believe that having protected sex will be better for not just you, but your community and the rest of your life. Thank you.